Hello everybody and welcome to Astroneer. I'm PlayerTested. We're gonna play this game. I found this. It looks like a lot of fun. Basically space exploration game, kind of similar to No Man's Sky, but not. I'm not sure. Yeah.
How does it differ?
Well, it's first of all you can see your little guy. Second of all, I don't know. I've played just a little bit of it, and I found myself to be having more fun playing this versus No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky tends to be very, very tedious and expansive, and this has got tedious parts too. But at the same time, it feels more. It feels fun. It feels more fun. I have to say it. So. All right, we're gonna pick the orange guy.
I was gonna say, do we get to choose his outfit?
Well, you get to choose between like 4 different guys.
Do they have different skills?
I don't think so. So, yes, it is. This game is in pre-alpha, early access on Steam, and on my computer, incredibly choppy.
Oh no!
When it loads up. So basically, it's like it's loading in the world, and it's very choppy for a very long time. And then we land on the planet, and there I am.
Definitely not as visually beautiful as No Man's Sky.
I don't know. I still like it. I still like the.
I mean, it's classic, but
so, I mean, this is you, and you're building stuff. I can go, hey, look over there. Hey, look over there. Hey, look over there.
Woo! But who's he talking to?
So this is also an online co-op game, so you can play with friends online and do stuff and build things. I can do this too. Yeah, all right. Woohoo! I can, wave, so I can be like, hi, everybody.
No fun.
And then, hi, everybody. And then I don't know what to do. All right. So I have my terrain tool, which what that allows me to do is I can either dig holes or I can smooth out the surface, like so. It takes battery power to do that. Or I can raise up things, so I can actually shape this surface however I see fit, which is really cool.
But what's the purpose of it?
So
Like
right now,
shelter?
Right now we've just got. Yeah, I ran out of power. So we've just got our little capsule here.
Okay.
This is where all our base comes from. Is this? I can put away my little tube here for a minute. I can click on this, and it extends out my my base essentially. So these little platforms will extend out, and you can actually build extra things on there that'll allow you to gather more resources and stuff.
Okay.
The other thing too. So like I have to go out and find resin. Another thing, too, is I can look at my backpack, and I can craft things on my backpack, but I need the materials. The left being what materials I need, the right being what it creates.
So, like, resin, is that a mineral?
It's a material you can find out in the world.
Okay.
So right now, and this little blue line is my tether. Basically, it allows me to continually have a supply of oxygen, and if you have it via your system, power.
Huh.
Because the little yellow bar is your power, the little blue line up on top of your backpack is your oxygen level. So like this, right here, I know for a fact this is power.
Oh.
So you can gather it.
It's like popcorn.
And you can gather up little power cells almost, is kind of what they would be like, to keep power going to your backpack for whenever you're going out and digging and stuff like that. You can see my oxygen is at like 50% as it just pops up, because I don't have a lot. I don't have a tether to get the oxygen, so I have to run back here.
Oh, okay.
But what I can do is over here, in this little area, this guy right here, so the yellow ones are power. So that means the blue ones are oxygen.
Okay.
So I can gather up oxygen modules So this way, I can spend a little bit more time away from my pod, and that will refill my oxygen over time.
So when you're at your pod and you have that like cord connected to you, you don't need.
I don't need oxygen.
It's not sucking your resources.
It's not. Well, what it is it's if I have that cord connected to me, yeah, I don't have to worry about oxygen. Okay, so right here is resin. These little what look to be like cans, and then over here this is compound. Now, if I go and collect the compound by digging it up, essentially is what you're doing. It creates on the back of your little
backpack.
Not backpack, but your little gun.
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called. Essentially builds it up until you have enough to create stuff.
Gotcha.
So like if I do this, about right there. So then I can go back to my backpack and I can create tethers. And I learned this because there's not a whole lot of instruction, other than like whenever you do things sometimes for the first time or whatnot. But I can sit here and I can place these tethers like this, and it allows me to travel farther without having to worry about oxygen supplies and stuff like that. So
that's smart. That's smart.
Makes it a little bit nicer for traveling way beyond your means to places you can go, and you can pick these up and place them. Like if you're done in one spot, you can pick them all up and go to another spot or whatever.
Because oxygen's important.
Yes, oxygen.
I kept thinking about that today. Side note: while we were watching the new Rogue One movie today,
right?
About how many planets everybody was just on, just walking around with. I mean, but walking around with like no like space gear or anything like that. But then I did take into account that there was some not aliens. I mean, I don't know if it was their planet or not,
right.
But like there was some creatures that were walking around just fine with nothing, and then there was some people walking around with like face masks and stuff on,
right?
Because it wasn't good for, I assume, their body. But anyway, that did occur to me when I was watching the movie today.
So yeah, and it's so like right now. That over there. I can make this tether go over here. But what I want to do is I need that tether for that compound over there. But what I really need is I need this resin. Because this resin will allow me to build up my base.
So you don't have to be super close to it in order to get it.
No, at a certain distance you can't reach. But I can keep digging until, I stop finding stuff, which from what it looks like it is. Now I've also had an issue where when I was trying it, I was I didn't necessarily fill in my holes, and I kept constantly falling in them and not being able to get out.
Oh.
So.
Are you supposed to fill up your holes?
Have
you been doing that?
It's smart for me because, when you're getting to the point to where you can't, walk around in an area and you keep constantly falling in holes that you have to dig more holes to get out of
hole. How are you filling that hole right now? You're just like using the existing ground and grass and like smearing it around?
Your gun tool allows you to just smooth, basically.
Oh, right, because you just created like a rock before, so...
You create you basically choose a point that's one of the higher points, so like I can choose over there.
When it turns green.
And then what I can do is I can just follow along that place, and basically it tries to smooth everything to that initial level that you first picked.
Gotcha.
To make it to that smoothness.
The opposite of a sinkhole.
Yeah, I'm basically making a cave that you don't know is there.
Could you still fall through it? Because it's hollow ground?
If I put it on my, or if I dug into it, yeah. So, alright, so now I can come over here. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to smooth this out. Make nice and smooth. And then I can click on that, and it makes another little pod. So I can basically extend these out to make little things like this. So then, potentially what I could do. So I found out that when you extend from one pod to the other, it removes the capability of turning this into something. It just makes it basically like a little connection hub almost.
It removes it?
Yeah. So like you see how this has 2 resins on it? If I put those 2 resins on there, which I don't have 2 resins, I can turn that into kind of like a little unit for building stuff or making things.
Okay.
But if I create another tether point from it, then I can't use that to do that.
Okay.
One
or the other.
Yeah, basically you have to either use it as a connection point, a connection hub, or you have to use it as a creation, kind of like a creation spot.
Gotcha.
That's sweet. Okay. So, oops, I put that too far away. So now if I come over here, I can grab all this resin. Nice and that's great. I mean, this has been, I mean, the little bit I played earlier just to kind of get an idea of how to play the game and everything like that. I mean, at first it was just like I have no idea what to do. And it's just like all I knew was like, okay, go find resin. I'm like, okay, well, how do I find resin? So I just ran around looking, trying to figure out what in the world resin was. Eventually finding resin, basically it looked like a bunch of little can deposits in the ground. Once I found the resin, then I was able to put it back and make these. I was like, oh, hey, that's cool. And then when I found enough, it makes that. So I can change it into a printer, a research facility, a smelter, a vehicle bay.
Huh.
Yeah.
What's a printer? I mean, I know what a printer is to us. What does it mean in the space realm?
Well, we might have to find that out later.
3D printer, you can like make a whistle.
We might have to find that out later because I have to end this episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Until next time, keep playing games, and we'll see you then. Close shot that I don't need. This guy's on the other side of the wall. Do you hear something through this solid brick wall? No! Wait a second. Yes, I do. Oh, hi. Alright, schedule. Oh, that's calendar. Never mind.
You want to check the schedule, but you don't want to stop and read a funny sign.
It's not a funny sign.
How do you know it wasn't a funny sign? Did you stop and read it? No,
those are serious signs.